welcome back. Welcome back to what is going to be an amazing hour. I've just got back from my holly bobs, and I have to say it's very strange looking at Christmas things. But more about this in a few moments, because we have got the most amazing exclusive deal for you with the details on the screen, and already 10% of the stock has gone. Needless to say, John Lockwood is with me as well.
Hello.
Hello. This has been a popular one. People have been waiting for this.
I'm really surprised. I know the limited editions have always been very, very popular and much anticipated, but we've given you more stock than we ever have.
Well, this is the thing.
This is the largest stock, deepest stock we've given you of the limited editions.
And I love this because you're actually giving us something that we can't get on the rest of the show as well, with the platinum double-sided glitter cardstock. You've got a fabulous array of dies, as you can see, 3 sets there, but there are actually 8 dies in total included, and the most amazing platinum glitter card. It's double-sided as well, but this is something. Now, where's my piece of card? Because it's a very clever colour, to be honest, because when you look at it, it's got that gorgeous kind of platinum, almost like a steely look to it.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to bring in the silver, which you may already have within your collection, and show you how it almost gives it kind of like a bluey tint to it. It's like a mauvey blue.
Well, the original intent of this colour was baby blue.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were going to call this colour baby blue from everything, all the samples and everything. And then when it came through, we looked at it and went, unless you compare it with the silver, it doesn't have enough blue. So we thought it's more of a platinum.
Very
so
clever.
you may actually find baby blue written on it, but it is what we're calling platinum.
Beautiful.
So ignore that. But I love the way that it's so different than the silver, and it's classy.
I love it.
And we've only made it, at the moment, it's only available in this bundle.
Mm-hmm. This is it. And now with this bundle, as you can see, the details are on your screen there with regard to your Snowflake die. That's if you're wanting the dies by themselves. You can find them individually, but the biggest way and the best way of getting hold of these is with your bundle, because that's the only way you can get that glitter
sorry, Hayley,
cardstock.
you can't get any of these individually.
Oh, I thought we got them individually.
No, that was the Snowflake that matches in with it.
Oh, sorry,
This is
totally
only available
confused.
as the complete limited edition bundle.
There you go. Detail. Oh, well, I was looking on the screen there. I was thinking £24.99. That's going to be for one of the dies. That's why I was kind of looking at it and thinking, hang on, the information that I've got there is wrong.
For everything.
So that's for everything.
So that's for all 3 die sets, 10 sheets of the double-sided glitter card, which is the premium, and you get 2 bags, which have actually been hand-packed of the little glitter stars.
These are beautiful. I'm not going to put my finger in there because I'll just absolutely everywhere. Oh, fabulous. There you go. So you've got these gorgeous little glitter stars that literally will just, they don't hurt when they're thrown at you. There you go.
And if they hit you, they don't hurt. They're not sharp.
I'm not suggesting you throw these at people, but thanks, John. You can see that those little tiny... These are going to be brilliant for your shaker cards.
They are. I've got one there that just mixes them all together.
By the side of me there.
Yeah.
I love that, rather than thrown. But there you go. Don't they look cute in there?
The fab thing is with these, because they're actually made of a sort of like a holographic glitter plastic.
Gorgeous.
With static, they actually stay in place against the acetate.
I love it. Now, the dies. Let's talk about the dies, because that's what we want to know about. So, tell me what we've got within this set.
So within here, you've got this is the Majestic collection in a way. So each one's been individually named and numbered. So each one's been individually. So you've got, first of all, as you can see, you've got the Majestic Snowflake.
Beautiful.
So whilst you've got 3 dies in this set, you can see there, you actually get out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 6 pieces out if you cut them all together.
Okay, right.
So 3 dies will give you 6 pieces, but I also made sure the apertures are just as nice.
Beautiful,
so you can see there how you can actually layer them at the top.
Gorgeous.
So you've got 2 different shapes to cut into your card. Then you've got the Majestic frame, and this is the most detailed. This frame I genuinely expected them to say no to.
Well, these are very fine lines that you've got here.
Yeah, that is so fine. And even if you look into the middle of the poinsettia, and it's the same poinsettia as I've used every year, it's the same poinsettia as I launched at the beginning of the month in the mini poinsettia. But if you know, I've actually put cut lines rather than deboss lines in.
Okay.
So you get a very clear line of all of the holly and all of the poinsettia in there. But originally I was thinking of those as corners, and they were actually too fine.
Ah, no.
So I thought, well, no, make the most beautiful frame, and you get the Majestic corners.
Now, talking of corners, here you go. You've got the most amazing die that will allow you to create those corners. And this is the thing that I always love, is you give us a full set of corners.
I do. I've never understood why you would buy just 1 corner die and cut it 4 times. I'm sorry, life is too short to me. 2 I can kind of see the sense on, but not 1. But you've got 4, and again, they've been designed so that you can cut them and use them as separate corners, or as you can see in the second one, you cut them out, and it gives you a complete new die shape in the middle.
Yes.
So if you've got a new shape...
Oh, yeah, because it's still attached, so yeah.
Yeah, so you've got a completely new, different shape in the middle, which is still nice, and you can actually cut your snowflake, majestic snowflake, from the centre of that to give you another shape again.
Very
clever. So they've all been
clever.
Designed to work together.
And I have to say, the design team have come up with some absolutely amazing examples of how you can work with them. They are absolutely beautiful. Now, as you know, limited edition means one thing, that when it's gone, it has gone. And we are incredibly busy with regards to these. Very vulnerable, I think, when we're looking at the quantity that are flying out, and the fact that just 9:05 in the morning, already 20% of the stock has gone. You can see how those gorgeous corners sit, or that frame, should I say, sit so beautifully with regards to this. Now, tell me about previous limited editions, John. Have they been popular?
They've sold out.
Oh, right, OK.
I think the last one sold out in the first day.
Wow.
Which is why we've increased the stock slightly on this one, because obviously we don't want anyone to go disappointed. But the idea of a limited edition is it lets me do something different, lets me try a new idea, lets me have a smaller collection that fits in with the larger collections and works together, and literally try ideas out. And the idea was that we have them for a couple of months and I get lots of feedback, but unfortunately, the first 1 and 2 limited editions sold out within sort of 2 or 3 days.
Now, I've paused on this one because Jackie has been very clever. She's actually utilised the corner, the frame, as well as the snowflake together. So it shows how they all work beautifully together, but equally so, on their own, they work beautifully with other things that we've got as well.
Yeah, they tie in perfectly. In fact, the lollipops you've got in front of you...
These are amazing.
These are from Julie. I love these.
Look at this.
What she's actually done is she's tied this in with the snowflake mandala from the first launch. So you see it fits exactly. I designed it to make sure it fits in with what you've already got. And if you haven't, we have got that one on. But I'm going to show you how to make this. And
to be honest, that's very decadent. It doesn't necessarily look like a snowflake, so you could utilise those all year round.
You really could. There's nothing in there that screams to me snowflake. Gorgeous. I like the idea of keeping my dies, even for Christmas ones, out all the time.
Yeah, definitely. So there you go. That is your limited edition bundle. You can understand why it's proving so popular. You're not having to spend any more than £25 to get hold of these. Obviously, you post and packing, but Freedom members, you don't have to worry about that, do you? You're going to get your fabulous platinum card stock. That's the only way that you can get hold of that. And incidentally, it is double-sided glitter, which is quite key when you're making things that you can see both sides of, maybe things like ornaments and things like that. Then you've got all of those different dies, as well as your fabulous confetti in here. £24.99 being your price on this one, 255596. We are a little shy of 8 minutes into the hour, but already, how much has gone? A quarter of the stock, my goodness. Wow. We better get over to John and see more of these. Details on your screen if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, actually, we've had an email come now. Now, have a look at this one. So this one has come from, where I'm the GP and Elaine.
The Ginger Prince.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
Yeah, you know the Ginger Prince. Bless him.
I do indeed. Please thank Mr. J for making me put the telly on so early. We jumped in and ordered them as soon as they updated on our system, just in case. Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. The new dies are going to work brilliantly with the previous release and provide yet more combinations and options for cards. Can you ask Mr. J if there are any other plans for other colours on the double-sided glitter card? Some kind of light blue. Ooh, let me think about it. Maybe this one will do you.
This is as light as it will be at the moment. There are actually... it's almost like, I should explain, Mr. and Mrs. Keeler, Paul and Elaine, bless them, are quite good friends of ours. We've made through crafting.
Yes.
We've met them at shows a couple of times, and they're really, really great. And sometimes I think they're inside my head. We actually talked about more additional colours of the double-sided glitter card. With Sir Peter on Wednesday, so we are looking at more colours, and there might be a more brighter blue coming out. But at the moment, yeah, you've got this sort of baby blue stripe platinum.
And it does. I mean, you might look at it and you might think, oh yeah, it's a platinum look, and that's kind of the way that it does look. But as soon as you bring in another silver, which you may well, this is the double-sided silver, incidentally, as well. So if you've already got this one in your stash, you can see that there is a difference between them, and it has certainly got that kind of bluey hue, if I may say.
On screen, it looks bluey. In the studio, it looks even more bluey.
So, yeah.
But on its own, it's definitely a platinum.
Beautiful. It kind of morphs into different colours. I love that. And because it does it with its silver, I would imagine if you put it with a darker blue, it'll look even more blue. Put it with a purple, it'll look more purpley tone to it. Very clever colour. 255596. If you're wanting your bundle, then why not pop them into your basket? Website's a good place to go when you're looking to place your order because there's all sorts of fabulous things on there. We're revisiting some of the items that you have loved. Things like those sentiments, 5-star reviews. Check those out. Everybody loves those. Then you've got the most incredible, obviously, elements that we've been chatting to you about within the bundle. You've got more of the double-sided cardstock as well. Now, this is a brilliant die. This one gives you the ability to actually put your scenes into little boxes. Very, very clever design.
This has only just come back into stock. This has been reordered
I was going to say, I haven't seen this one before.
No, this one sold out again 6 months ago. Every time we bring it back, we bring a small quantity and it sells out.
In fact, I'm going to get John to show you the results that you get from that, because I think that's quite key. When you're seeing all those different kind of square dies, it's difficult to understand how it comes together. But John, you've got a couple of examples there explaining it.
Yeah, so you've got this one here, which I absolutely love. And what Julie's done is you can see it gives you that depth and dimension without using foam tape and making it visible.
Clever.
So sometimes you want all that depth, but you don't want to look at the side and see foam tape. Without being rude,
yes,
I've got one here, and I'm hoping that our great director Chris can get into the set. Can you see the difference?
You can, yeah, you can see that.
So what you're seeing there is all the foam tape. What you're seeing on there is none.
Do you know
That's
what, as well?
I love.
You're having to pay for that foam tape.
Well, you are, and do you know what? It is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah.
But it shows how well it works. I'm going to do a version of this. This is using the box with the limited edition.
That is beautiful.
But you see how clean that looks just from the side, using the box on there. Good. But also, this is the great thing, fab thing about the double-sided, because if you look, well, you can see bits of the back.
Yes.
And of course, that's still silvered. You're not
getting
that cream bit. But I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a simple version of this, and then hopefully in the second demo, I'm going to show you one using the box.
Wonderful. Now, just while you get yourself ready, I'm going to warn everybody, if you're shopping online, not a problem at all. It's very busy on the website. But if you are looking at placing your order via the phone lines, we have got a queue building that particular way. So if you can hop onto the website, place your order that way, then you can guarantee that you can get your goodies without any issue whatsoever, and you come back and join us straight away. But just to let you know, 30% of the stock has gone, which is a huge amount of stock. And you might say, oh yeah, that's okay, that's not a problem at all. But this is a limited edition bundle. So it's a case of it's going to be there for as long as we can bring it to you. But to be honest, with 30% of the stock having gone, and we're only 12 minutes into the hour, I think you need to get hold of this sooner rather than later. But I know that you probably want to see it in action. So I'm going to let John show you how you can work with these and get kind of one result with them.
Well, yeah, this is the idea, and I want people to realise that, or I want to try and show people that we've thought about how we've put the bundle together, and there are reasons for it. So you can see this card. To me, this looks like quite a complex Christmas card. It's what my friend, it's what my friend Maxine would call a Harrods card.
Oh,
Other posh shops are available, but it is.
The corner stores
she'll go. That's an M&S. That's a Woolworths. That's a, I'm trying to think of shops that have gone now. But the thing is, this is a very quick card to make, and bizarrely, this is a very cheap card to make. So this could easily be what I call one of your bin men cards.
Yeah, I know.
Which are the cards you've got to send out to everybody. We've had that so many times. And the simple fact is, because I've used double-sided, look on the inside.
See, this is the thing, isn't it? It's that telltale.
Is as pretty on the inside as on the outside. Normally, if you're making something floating like that, you either have to cut it again and stick it on the inside, doubling the cost. Or you have to put another piece over it, or you basically have to go, well, if I send that, let's just hope they don't look on the back. But this is a card that's as attractive from any side and uses so little card. In fact, this card, you will get 3 of them from one sheet of double-sided adhesive, double-sided glitter card.
My goodness. And we're getting 10 sheets within the bundle.
Sheets,
so it's 30
so you could make
cards
30 cards of this. You just need to have white cards to go with it.
So quite often we'll say like £1 a card, won't we? If you're making a card, it's good value if you can make a card for £1 when you're using all your beautiful details. Well, if you think about that with this one, if you were talking about 30 cards for £24.99, you'd be thrilled to bits. But the fact that you've got the dies that can go on and use them over and over and over and over again, and you kind of haven't even paid for those when you think about it in that scenario.
Not at all. And again, you could take this idea and use the same thing with every single colour of the double-sided glitter card.
Good point.
And make, you know, This way, with this one, now you've got 9 colours. You can make 9 different colours easily
amazing.
and quickly. So what I've done is, and again, to make this as cheap and reasonable and batch cardy as possible, I've made myself a 5.5-inch card blank with an A4 sheet of linen card. This is Crafts 2 white linen card. And I've made it this size, again, because that way you could buy 5.5-inch card blanks, but if you've got plenty of stash, and I know sometimes people have got a lot of white card, which is, you know, really good priced, it's costing you nothing, is it?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a detailed die. So I'm going to use my metal shim just to make sure I get all of the detail. And again, every die in this set has been designed so it fits through your A5 machines like your Kaleido. So you don't have to worry about having to have an A4 machine for this.
What's the story with the Kaleido? Have we got them in stock at the moment?
We have, yes.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, I think we've got them on the show.
Wonderful.
So I think we've got them on the offer as well. Ooh,
Oh,
now, well
okay.
done. But my plates are a little bit mucky.
Excuse me, offer? Why don't I know
that,
about this offer? What's this offer that we've got?
I think it's like a £10 saving or something
Oh,
on it.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Incidentally, just going to pop the details up on your screen. It's a very popular machine, brilliant die cutting machine for a variety of different papers and cards. I use it with my quilting dies as well. So £9.99. If you wanted to get hold of it, it's brilliant. If you wanted to work with your thicker dies as well as your wafer thin dies, and of course you have the ability to foil with it as well. 807-642. If you are in the market or thinking about a die cutting machine, you can't go far wrong with that one. 3 flexi buys are £33 and 33p if you're wanting that.
Now, I'm not even going to use this white piece, but I just wanted to show how beautifully it cuts just through an A5 machine.
That is gorgeous.
It's the quality of the die and the quality of the machine that helps. But this piece we don't use in this card.
No.
So there,
That's
already from that, is a piece to do for another card.
Fair point,
And
yeah.
I did have a lady who put on my group the other day that, is there anyone else who's getting a little bit fed up with John's suggestion of using the bits left over from the first card to make the second? Because I've been doing that all day. I'm now on my 9th.
Yes.
And I've still got bits left for tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's funny because you kind of just swept away the waste, and the waste was just minimal that you've got from that
the
one.
waste is literally very, very little.
Yeah.
So what I've actually done, and I've done this slightly ahead of time, I thought I had, perhaps I haven't. Oh, well, we'll not do that way. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just add a little piece of acetate. Now, if you want a strong acetate, we will have some on Sunday's show.
Oh, okay.
So...
Have we got 2 hours with you on Sunday?
I've got 2 hours with me on Sunday. It's all about shaker cards and glitter and making backgrounds.
Okay.
So I've just put a piece of acetate in, okay? Now, what I need to do is to cut... Now, this is what you want to do. I'm using a scrap of the double-sided.
A scrap.
Put the die on as close to the edges as you can get them, okay? And you want to trim it down. So I have to grab my scissors and turn my back. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
So, because obviously you want to fit this on 3 times.
Yeah.
But also, with something like this, if you've got a full sheet of it, it pulls the tension. You want it as close as you can possibly get it. And to cut double-sided glitter card, you need to cut into a metal shim like you're doing with your fabric dies.
Yes, yeah.
It won't cut very well. And if you notice, I'm rotating it on the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put my lid on, and I'm cutting down into the metal shim.
Okay.
And don't worry, you won't hurt it. And what this does is it allows it to separate properly. I did show this on the couture shows I was doing the other day.
Oh, right, okay.
To explain that. But can you see there now, even all this detail is cut.
Beautiful.
So, there we go.
Look at that.
So
See, I'm just thinking as well, when you're doing things like your easel cards and things like that, you'll see the back of the glitter, don't you? Yeah.
So again, now it takes a little bit longer and a little bit more patience just to pop all of the bits out. And if they don't, just run it through again or run it through with a shim. Okay. But I know that is extremely boring to watch me pick all those bits out. But you see here, just look how they literally do come out. So I've got one I've already done. Just to make it a little bit quicker, I've done a bit of a Blue Peter style.
No problem.
So it's really simple. So again, I've got to say thank you to Paola for lending me her spray.
Okay.
because I lent mine to Charmaine.
Okay.
And then forgot to restock my case.
Oh dear, it's like a pass the parcel of adhesive
well, I know everyone goes on about family sort of thing. We all do get on here, we all do share.
We do.
We all do talk. I mean, I was, Kathy and I from Pink Ink, who's on next, we were actually sat in our cars for 15 minutes gossiping through the windows in the car park.
That's not like you at all, Joe.
I know, I'm never a chatterer, am I? You see there how that fits exactly then into that. Let's just open the card out. Well done, John. So first of all, that fits in.
Look at
exactly.
that, seamless.
But ignore the 2 marks there from my plate, so you'd be a little bit more. Oh, see, that's not gone in right.
Okay.
I'm not going to have that, so let's get it in properly.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. It will only fit in right.
It's just taking that few moments, isn't it?
Yeah, but that side's nice.
Look at that, yeah.
But the other side is silver as well.
But when you look at those flowers, it doesn't scream Christmas to me.
No.
Because they're little flowers. They're not necessarily poinsettias. So you could utilise that for any occasion. I mean, for something like a silver wedding or something like that, it would look absolutely amazing. But a birthday and anniversary, absolutely beautiful as well. And don't forget that cardstock that we're talking about is included within your bundle. You're getting 10 sheets of those. And as John has said, in this particular project that he's working on, you could create 3 of those from just 1 sheet. So that's 30 repetitions of what John is showing us. Obviously, you're going to add in your own acetate, you're going to add in your own cardstock as well. But think about that. I mean, 3 cards out of 1 sheet. That's down to the thought process with regards to dyes. It's like when you go on holiday, you know, you've got your suitcase and you've got all these clothes that you're wanting to fit into the suitcase, finding a way that things can kind of pack and come together so as you're maximising the space.
Yeah, it's the old thing of, you know, rolling your pants up and popping them in your shoes.
Well, I didn't like to say that, but there you go.
So what I'm going to do now is, as I said, I didn't want to waste any more card. Okay. So what I've got is, this is the centre that fell out from this card.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So all we do is cut the outside of the majestic snowflake from that.
So clever.
Okay. Run that through. But the reason I wanted to cut this was to show you we've still got then, don't forget, you've got a frame left. You've also got that piece left, which again is still just as nice.
Yes.
So you're starting to build up already a second card option.
Yes.
Something different. Now, I'm then going to take my double-sided silver.
Okay.
I've put glue on it.
Right.
This is the fab thing. It doesn't matter what side you put glue on because you can't tell a difference. Okay, put it back into that space.
Yeah.
On the inside, yeah, just like that. And then I'm going to close the card, press and turn it over.
Look
and
at
that way, I've got that floating silver square there.
Clever.
Yeah.
We've got a round of applause from the gallery then.
Exactly the set right place, but I've wasted no more card.
Clever.
Yeah. Now, if you do want to be truly South Yorkshire,
okay, fair enough.
what you're supposed to do now, or what you're supposed to do first, is to cut this die from the middle of that piece.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is what I should have done.
Right.
Because we're going to use this piece to cover it.
I see, right. Okay, fair enough, yeah, got you.
So that's what I should have done, but didn't do.
That's okay. We've been chatting, haven't we? Get distracted.
Yeah. Well, I get distracted, full stop. Even when I've got the card in front that I'm remaking. So I'm just going to add this on with a little bit of foam tape to give a little bit of dimension. But you would do this and it would cover over the whole of where you've cut this one out. And just remember, when you cut that one out, plus, as long as I make sure this is even to this square frame, it's even to the card front.
Yeah, that's a really good point, yeah.
So it doesn't have to look right. So then I've got the double-sided silver again.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay. But if I put that there, I'm wasting the double-sidedness, aren't I?
Yes, yeah.
So what I do is give this a spray, close my card again, and we're playing with layers and levels, and put this. That white tells us exactly where to put it, but now
so clever.
It means we've got that beautiful silver on the back, on the inside, and on the front, and all I've done is cut one more from a little scrap, which you've got, to be fair.
Yeah, you will end up with those.
Again, in double-sided. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And ignoring the mark, but there you go. Done very quickly. I only had one piece, two pieces pre-cut.
That is so speedy.
We've made that card, but it's a batch card. And of course, what we've got left are these two pieces to start our next card.
Get ready, yeah, with the next one. Love it. John, thank you so much. Just shows you how amazing these dies are. And like I say, it's that tessellation of knowing to get all those pieces that fit together so well. And of course, they work with previous releases of dies that you've had as well. Details are on your screen, 255596. If you want in your bundle, we are incredibly busy with regards to this one. Got queues on the phone lines now. I'm going to step away from John for a few moments, let him get ready for his demonstration. So if you are looking at placing your order, then you need to be doing it now. You're not missing any demonstration, but you could miss out on your actual bundle itself, because over 40% of the stock has gone. Yes, I know. I think it's about 10 past. We were saying that 25% of the stock has gone. And naturally, you sit and watch the demonstrations. But even so, 40% of the stock has gone. So lots of you placing your orders even during the demonstration as well. Now, 255596. This is an exclusive bundle that we've got for you here. You've got 3 amazing dies, absolutely beautiful dies. You've got the most incredible platinum cardstock. And this is a really clever cardstock because it's got that double-sided glitter aspect to it, which is amazing, but also it fits in beautifully with other things that you've got within your stash. So if you've invested within the double-sided glitter card already, this is going to find its own little place. Now, this is the only way you can get hold of it. It's a limited edition bundle, so if you're wanting to get hold of it at the moment, then this is the only way you can do it. Now, I'm bringing the silver in because you may well have the silver tone, and this is what I call it a clever cardstock, because when you put silver against it, you can see that you've got that bluey hue to it. It's almost like a baby blue look to it. If you were to bring in a purple, it might have more of a lilac-y tone to it. And I think that's where you've got a very clever cardstock that will allow you, or glitter cardstock, should I say, that will allow you to use it and utilise it in lots and lots of different ways. Then you've got the dies. Then I'm just covering those over there. Let's move that to the side there. You've got all 3 of these, actually 8 dies in total. You've got 3 sets, as you can see. That incredibly versatile frame with the so kind of skinny frame that you've got there, beautifully delicate, that you're going to be able to use all year round. Gorgeous little flowers in the corner, as you can see. Obviously Christmas themed, you'll think to poinsettias, and it coordinates beautifully with any of the poinsettias that you've bought from John previously. Then you've got your snowflake, that beautifully majestic snowflake, as you can see in there. And this is something that's going to look absolutely amazing. I mean, have a look at this card that's been created using that. How incredible is that? Showing you those fabulous little words that of course, you could be using alongside the corners as well. Beautiful. Then finally, the last one that you've got within this set, the corners. Now, the corners are brilliant to use in so many different ways, but because you're getting 4 of them, you can utilise them and take advantage of them to their most. Have a look at this card here. This is ingenious, where the letters have been used alongside those little kind of mini frames, as you can see. And it's almost like an optical illusion because it's the same corners that have been used on the outside of the card, but they look so much bigger on the outside.
They really do. They look bigger, and when you pull them together, it's really small, and they frame the stencil letters perfectly. But the thing I love about this is you don't realise there's only 2 corners around each letter.
Of course, yes.
I would think, when I looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, you know, she had to spend a lot of time cutting. Then I realised, no, she only cut them twice in red.
Yeah,
because you're only using 2 of them.
Very clever.
So I love how corners build and how you can pattern build with them.
Very useful cut pieces. So again, £24.99, incredible value for money, but we're busy with lots of other things as well. So now rapidly approaching half the stock has gone. So 255596. Take advantage of this one while you can. £24.99 is for the whole bundle. Don't be mistaken, as I was when I saw that price. I thought, oh, that's one of those die sets. It's not. It's everything. All 3 sets. And your double-sided platinum cardstock as well. Amazing. And it's limited edition. You need to get it while you can. They've all sold out previously, so you don't want to miss out on this one, do you? 255596. Now, something else we are very busy for is that fabulous little square die that we saw a few moments ago. Now, this is something that is incredibly clever because it allows you to create that framework that can create the most incredibly professional-looking cards. Absolutely beautiful, as you can see as well. This has been a popular one as well. So over a third of the stock has gone. 3 dies dies within that bundle, just £19.99. I think this is the best £19.99 that you could spend, because you will be using this all the time. You will not want to go back and do things like your cards with your foam tape. Well, I say you will do some of them, because naturally the way that your card comes together. But things like your shaker card, have a look at that. Utilising the Snowflake, utilising the frame that we saw a few moments ago. This is absolutely amazing. I love this die, John. Such a clever concept.
I really genuinely love it. It's actually sized as well, and I couldn't find the sample. Mrs. Stuck did a sample. It's sized to fit around a square tissue box.
Oh, okay.
So you can stick 4 around a square tissue box to make a cover or a scene for it.
Beautiful.
And those letters are coming soon.
Oh, is that a sneaky peek?
Yeah.
Oh, you naughty boy.
I am very naughty on
naughty
that.
boy.
But again, it shows how it works with last year's frames.
Yeah, beautiful.
So this works with all, and the square seam box will work with, I would say, 90% of my square dies.
Oh, right,
and nearly
okay.
all, and probably 95% of all the circles.
I love that.
I make sure all of them are
Clever.
sized to fit in this seam box.
Beautiful, £19.99. It's kind of what I would call, dare I say, a bread and butter die. It's one of those ones that you will go to time and time again, and a brilliant one to get you started if you find your crafty mojo has left you a little. 157-890 if you fancy getting hold of that one. Pop it into your basket. Now, something that sold out previously, so it's kind of back through popular demand, is this fabulous set of stenciled sentiments. Now, you probably noticed these a few moments ago with some of those finished now. Seamless, absolutely seamless. And these are brilliant because you've got so many different variations of sentiments in here. These, again, you'll go to these time and time again,
yeah,
John.
this was, I was really, really surprised on this one. I love the stencil sentiments and the Christmas ones. I actually got a call back in, I think it was October or November, saying, you know, we sold out of them. Can we reorder them? And I said, well, I think it's a bit late this year. So this is the first time they've been back since last year. And we reordered a small quantity in for this year for people who missed them. But I love these because they cut into the cards. So you've got things like happy, magical, Christmas special, wonderful, joyful, merry. But the combinations are endless because you've actually got a spiral-bound book we've made there.
Well, this is it. So you might look at those and you think, OK, yeah. 15 done, yeah, OK, not bad value. Yeah. But when you start seeing what you can do with these, this is like almost like a concentrated orange squash that when you start adding liquid water to it, it just grows and grows and grows. Are these all being done with those dies?
It's all been done with the dies, wishing you a very magical Christmas, wishing you a special New Year, wishing you a Merry New Year. So what they've done is, I've got to thank sort of Jane and Lindsay for doing this for me last year. They've put them all together. So you've got wishing you, you've got magical, you've got Christmas, you've got happy in there, you've got New Year, you've got joyful in there. So you've got everything, so you can really go to town and add them together. And it's a bit like having a stamp set of individual words you can put together. But I've got to be honest, putting dies together to make a saying is a lot easier than putting stamps together and getting them straight.
I'm still going with these. There's loads in here.
There is. And I've actually got, hopefully, in the later show, I will show you. I've got a brilliant new tip that I've stolen off one of my friends, Sheila, to show you how to get them straight as well.
Love it. £14.99, so affordable. Again, it's another set of those bread and butter dies that I talk of. Something that you'll utilise over and over again. Let me show you a few of those finished samples as well. Just got to swap everything around. I've got to keep it all organised here, otherwise I'll be showing you the wrong things. Have a look at this. How amazing is that? And that with love. I mean, this is something that you could just be using for any occasion, you think, with love.
Yeah, you can build it for anything. And of course, these work with, if you've got my other stencil sentiments, these work with those. So, you know, it will work with, so you can now mix wonderful in with birthday from the original set, or, you know, wonderful wedding, wonderful anniversary. Joyful, you can mix them all together. I mean, I love that. Joyful Christmas.
That's lovely.
It just says something, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it sings.
Do you know what? It's nice to see a different style of Christmas phrase rather than Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas.
It's Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and my favourite, which is Season's Greetings.
Yes, yeah.
I think I'm just old-fashioned in liking
I like
that
one, yeah.
You know, and I can't stand the Americanism ones.
But it's nice to see a variation.
Something different, and that you can mix and match yourself. And again, these will mix and match. If you've got my Stencil alphabet, obviously they're the same size letters, so you can now personalise. So you could have a very special New Year, Ben on it.
Yes.
And you can personalise in the same font using the alphabet dies.
Love it. $14.99, that's all that you're paying for those 15 dies, and you've got a fabulous combination. So when you first look at those dies, you might think, okay, yeah, a few nice sentiments in there, New Year, yeah, get that. But think about those combinations, and I'm sure if you go to John's social media, you'll be able to find all sorts of different variations of those to help you in case you can't figure them out yourself. 735-986 if you're wanting those. Now, can I share with you the most beautiful die combination? This is gorgeous. The Snowflake Mandala. $14.99. Now, you've got a variety of dies in here, I'm guessing, for the different layers.
You have, yep. So you actually get more dies in there, and off the top of my head, I cannot remember. I think it's 4 dies in total. But you get, again, a more detailed mandala.
Dies, yeah.
It's a larger mandala. It layers together. You can cut, because although you've got 4 dies, it gives you, I mean, you're looking there at about 9 different combinations.
Loads.
And there's loads more you can do. And the fantastic thing is that this was sized and designed so the limited edition Majestic Snowflake fits in with it.
Oh, okay.
So you've got some baubles, haven't you, to your left?
Oh, these are amazing. Can I show you something? I'm just going to pop this down because I haven't got enough hands.
And it shows, and I got the idea from Julie.
Beautiful.
And she actually, you can see there how they tie in together. So that's mixing the Majestic and the sort of Baroque Snowflake together. And again, this is the thing I love about the double-sided glitter card.
I love
because the back is not showing you just blank card.
Yes.
All you're seeing is a little bit of white from the mirror card.
Yes, yeah,
so you can hang them on the tree and let them spin round.
And this one, actually, if I just show you this particular one, because this has got the double-sided, and this is where it turns. And this is such a clever concept. It's like a dream catcher with snowflakes. So this means that everything here, rather than you having to cut twice and then kind of stick them back to back, and you never quite get them right, do you? They're never quite fused together perfectly. Have
you ever tried cutting 2 circles? A circle frame identical size.
Yes,
it's impossible because it's got to be symmetrically right.
Yeah, exactly. So with these, it's just one single cut. These aren't fused together, which means you're actually using half the amount of cardstock that you would normally use if you were doing something like this with your glitter cardstock. And of course, yeah, we've got a whole variety of different colours with regards to those. So if you're wanting those, do check those out. But the Snowflake Mandala itself, beautiful die set. As you can see, 4 dies in there, giving you all sorts of beautiful combinations. 915 468, just $14.99. Now, of course, snowflake corners would be perfect to work alongside it, and that's exactly what we've got with this one. And this is lovely because these are quite a large corner, I would say, with regards to this one. And it's a nice one because it kind of gives you almost a beautiful framework if you utilise them quite close together. Got a lovely box here to share with you, which you may well have spied earlier on when I was showing you some of the finished samples with regards to the limited edition bundle. But again, this is lovely, and they're quite a clever way of taking up a large area.
Well, they are. If you don't like blank space on your cards, but you don't want to overwork it, a large corner like that really adds a lot of detail on without actually. Do you know what I mean? Where sometimes you get that afraid of blank space.
Yes.
That we kind of work too hard.
Yes.
And we put too much on. These, just like this, I love doing it like this, cutting it into the same colour card. It's the perfect background. Another colour behind it, snowflake on top, or you could cut into that with the sentiment stencils for Christmas. Just makes you a beautiful thing, and it makes a card on its own.
Look at that.
So again, you can see there how it pattern builds and makes its almost own mandala shape.
And this is one of the things that I love about corners. Put them back to back and you're creating your own fabulous mandala. Beautiful, beautiful example there. $10.99, that's all that you're paying for this die. Again, incredibly useful. And if you fancy getting hold of this one, then 317982 is the item number that you need. And you're just looking at $10.99. Very affordable, a timeless classic. I'm sure you'll agree on that one. So why not pop that one into your basket as well? All sorts of fabulous goodies to share with you. Now, of course, when you're actually putting your card together, having the right dies is one thing. But we've already touched on different bits and pieces. Now, we've just...
I've forgotten about that. This should have been at the top of the show, shouldn't it?
We've been busy for this one, and thankfully you found it yourself, because I forgot to mention to you, it's a happy hour deal. Oh my my goodness. So yeah, we got a bit distracted. So you've got 20 minutes left. So it's not a full, it's like a happy 20 minutes now. But lots of you have been placing your order for this to start with. You know, quite often when we see John here, we do have a happy hour deal. So you go rummaging for it and you found it. Now within this one, you have got your adhesive sheets. They're A5 in size, as you can see, 10 of those. And you're also getting your micro beads. Now the contents may vary. Is this because of the different colours?
It is, yeah. Okay. So you're going to get 5 pots of micro beads, and I've got to be honest, I think that £19.99 is probably being conservative. Yeah. Because I don't think we've ever done the double-sided sheets that good price.
They're quite expensive.
But certainly the beads are really expensive, and you get beautiful. They're beautiful colours. And what I would say is, and I know I shouldn't, but if you're going to watch on Sunday's show and you want to do quite a lot of the techniques I'm doing, then get this now.
Right.
Because these will actually, I will be using these on Sunday's show, even though they may have sold out. Okay. But you're going to need the double-sided adhesive sheets, and to be honest, I order them in, I'm terrible, I order them in 5 packs a time.
Well, the thing is, it's something that you utilise over and over again, isn't it? You can use them with your dyes, you can use them with your glitters, embossing powders, all sorts of different ways, and perfect to work with the micro beads that you've got with these. Now, £9.99, if you're wanting these, they are a happy hour deal, but over half the stock has gone. Lots of you took advantage of these without us even mentioning them, so apologies if you have only just been made aware of them. If you have already placed your order, though, you can go back in and add these to your order. Just give us a call or get onto the website. Everything will be grouped together and they'll all be sent out. So 326 122 if you're wanting to get hold of them. But over 60% of the stock has gone now. Just think, look on the bright side. If we had mentioned these at the top of the hour, they probably would have sold out by now. So let's think of it as a bonus that I'm telling you about them now. So 326 122, and we're now rapidly approaching limited stock. Incidentally, with this, if you do want to go for a couple of them, you can do. Can't guarantee that the colours will be different in the 2 different bundles, but to be honest, does it really matter? At £9.99, you will utilise these. And as John has mentioned, do join us on Sunday, 2 o'clock. We've got John here for 2 hours, and it's a case of that you'll be able to find some of the opportunities of how you can use these. 326 122, they are now limited in stock. So yeah, if you're wanting them, they are going to sell out, and technically they have gone. So not a lot I can really say about that, is there? But yeah, thank you if you took advantage, and apologies if you're tuning in for the last few minutes. You should have been here at the top of the hour. It's a happy hour. Kicked off at the top of the hour. So yeah, do watch it. Now, John, are you back with us later on?
I am. I'm back at 1 o'clock. It's me and you again.
Have we got a happy hour?
We have. We've got another happy hour on that one.
I'll remember next time. So yeah, sorry if you've missed out on those, but do join us later on, and John will be bringing another one as well. So there you go. Now, can I just very quickly mention to you, we've seen a lot of interest with regards to the Kaleido machine. Of course, this is something that John has been working with. Now, this is a mega bundle. So with this one, you are getting not only your machine with all of the plates that you need in there for you to do your die cutting of all your different styles of dies, your wafer thin dies, your thick, chunky steel raw dies. But then 545390 is the item number for this one. Now, if you're a Freedom member, you've got a discount on this, so you are saving an additional £17.50. This is a brilliant saving for you to take advantage of. Now, hang about, there's more coloured foils in that than I got.
It's 10 colours.
Rude. So 545390. I bought this, and I did actually buy it through Hachanda, not Hachanda, well, it was Hachanda at the time, I think, but anyway, that's by the by. And I didn't get the bundle that you've got there, so that is a jolly good deal.
You actually get 11 rolls of foil because you get one included with your machine.
I think that's the only one that I got, yeah.
Yeah, now this is the new mega bundle where you get everything you need: the magic medium, the pad, the ink. You get all 10 foils, the pen, the machine, all the plates, the plug, everything. That is a brilliant deal. Now, 545390, check out the reviews on it. Check out social media as well. John's done a fabulous kind of tutorial to show you how to get to grips with your machine as well. 17 of them. 17 now? Oh, my goodness. There are 17 tutorials. They're really simple ones. It's not lots of hello, and it's just basically I'm going to show you how to do this. Hours and hours of your time. No. They're all short and snappy, so you learn what you need in an instant there. So 545390.
1390. A lot of you placing your order for those. And of course, they're perfect for you to use with your limited edition bundle that we've been chatting about during this hour. Time is ticking away. We better crack on, John.
Well, it's a good job I blue-peated this one, isn't it?
Okay.
So I'm going to use the square seam box. I just think there are so many different ways to use it, and over the last 3 or 4 years that it's been out, well, it's usually available for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then it goes.
Yes,
it's crazy.
yeah.
There's loads of different things that have been done with it, but this time, this is the main die, and all you would do is tape this down and cut this.
Okay.
Yeah, and this gives you all of the work. And I know you would think with a box this is the bottom. It's not. This is the front.
Okay.
There is this die included, and this die is a flap.
Right.
And that's so you can put a flap on the front.
So is it only cut on 3 sides?
So no, it cuts all 4 sides, and it has a line here.
Oh, I see, yes.
That is the fold line. So if you want to open it up to make it a surprise box, because it makes a beautiful gift box. So for the back, all you do is cut that out,
right,
and trim the thing off.
Okay.
Because adding an extra die in to make you a back would have added another nearly £8–9 on the die.
Easily. Yeah,
or you cut a 5x5 panel, and you get a square in it that cuts you out a panel to go inside or cuts you the front out.
See, that's a useful die in its own.
The very original one had a circled die in as well.
Okay.
But that one was taken away so that we could make it a better price.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I actually found people weren't using the clipped corner.
Well, the thing is, you're going to use different dies that you've got within your stash because you've got a good area there, like the snowflakes we were talking about.
Yeah, you didn't need me to throw them in. You were going to do it, so it was able to bring a better price. So here it's cut, and I've just cut this through, but you'll see, looks a weird shape. It's like a sort of Art Deco, Art Nouveau. But every line's embossed in to the point that I don't need a bone folder to fold them.
This is brilliant,
so this
especially if you want to make them in batches.
Yeah, this hasn't been embossed because life is far too short to emboss dies, I'm sorry. This has just been cut, and this is on linen card. But you see, every single line folds in your fingers, so you don't need any form of bone folder. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you must do that before you cut the next section.
Okay.
And the reason is, if I put this die on, the majestic frame, to cut, and I haven't made those folds, those lines are going to get pressed.
Right, yes.
And they can get pressed a little bit flat, and then you can't see them to fold them.
Okay.
So all I would do now is basically, very similar to the first card, I'm going to cut that into that space, but also because you've made the fold, you can check and make sure that it's even.
Okay.
Rather than trying to work it out on the bigger piece.
Yeah.
So we would cut that, and we would get this.
Lovely.
I feel like I feel like Anthea Turner. I just need to get some sticky back plastic out, and we'll be fine on Blue Peter with all these bits. So what I've done now is I've put acetate into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've put some acetate in because obviously if I want to make this into a shaker card or I want to put chocolates or sweets in, because to me I would fill this with little chocolate coins or something.
I'd potentially use it for giving a piece of jewellery to somebody as well. If you make jewellery, make earrings, necklaces, you could actually use that almost like a display box, couldn't you? And imagine that, making a display box that's actually a card as well at the same time.
There's actually a friend of mine who came to my workshops when we were doing them, who makes and sells dolls' clothes.
Oh, okay,
and she used to do them in the white paper bag, you know, the paper bags with the cellophane front. Yeah. And she said she bought the seam box and started putting them in the seam box die, just with a simple circle, I think it was, she cut out. She said she was able to add a couple of quid on.
Well,
because they looked so much more expensive because it was box rather than, she said it looked handmade rather than homemade. Yeah. So what I've actually done, again for speed, is on 3 sides on the outer edge. So again, there is a tutorial on the box, don't worry, on YouTube. So on the outer edge, I've put power tape on the outer piece on the front.
Right, so the outside of the fold that you did,
and the outside on the flaps,
Got you,
And then on the top or one piece, I've put it on the inside.
Lovely.
And that's because I've learned over time how to easily do it.
Okay.
So to put it together before we start to decorate, I'm just going to take the power tape off.
And where do we find this tutorial?
It's on YouTube. If you just type John Next Door YouTube into Goggle or one of those other bingy things, then it will come up with my channel. Or very kindly.
We don't even need a www.
You don't,
he's
no.
famous.
But if you actually, the Ginger Prince, who we emailed in earlier,
Yes.
on the Crafting with John Next Door and Crafts 2 group,
Yes.
he's put a list of every tutorial with a link to it in the files.
Oh,
and
fabulous.
he updates it frequently, so thank you for doing that, Paul and Elaine. That's really kind of you. So here's the back piece. So it is here, this piece with the flap cut off.
Wonderful,
Or,
okay.
if you like me, cut a 5-inch square in your guillotine.
Okay, yeah, that's fair
Because it's done
enough.
to 5 inches. And I put this onto that flap. Okay,
Lovely.
simple.
Yeah.
And then turn this one in, turn it in, fold, and pull straight. Done.
Perfect.
Fold that one in. And the reason the flaps are there is if you put a shaker card in here, without those, everything escapes.
Clever, yes, of course.
It was thought about.
Yeah.
It was thought about because I got fed up of things escaping everywhere.
But can you just pause for a moment there, John? Because this is where we're, if we look at the front of it, where you've got the aperture, this is where you're talking about your display box now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you've bought, and quite often you will buy things that don't necessarily have a nice gift bag with them or something like that, you can literally cut another piece of card to slot in there that you put your little necklace on, you put your little earrings in.
Well, that's what you use the other die in the
Yeah.
set for. So
That
you
is
could cut
brilliant,
that,
yeah.
punch 2 little holes in it, thread your necklace through, tape at the back and slide it
Yeah,
in. But it's
very
also, the
professional.
depth is right for tea lights.
Okay.
So if you want to slide tea lights into there as
Yeah.
a gift, they will fit in. It's the right
Or it could be a
depth
little
as that.
pamper kit that you're
And
making
I
for
also,
somebody.
because I am cheap, I made it the right depth that even on a card,
Mm-hmm.
this still is a large letter. It's not a small parcel.
Brilliant. Very
So
economical
even with a
to post
couple
as
more
well.
layers, it will
Yeah.
still be a large letter.
Brilliant.
It's not going to be a thing. So
Sorry, John, I
basically,
interrupted.
that's how we're not going to do the top until we've filled it.
Okay.
So what I've done is this time I've cut. Thank you again for the glue, Paola. If she hadn't have got this, I don't know what I'd have done.
Oh, bless you.
I've cut this time in the Craft
Ooh, look at
Artist
that.
gloss card because to me, this limited edition, the majestic frame cut in the gloss card, the mirror card, look.
That is
it
beautiful.
That's not embossed, that's just cut.
Wow.
But because of the fineness of the die, to me that looks like it's metal.
Yes.
It looks like it's a metal embellishment
That's a good
been
point,
put
yeah.
in. And again, say you want to sell your Christmas cookies. Can you imagine how much more you'd get for a snowman or a gingerbread man?
Yeah, or
with a
personalised,
frame
yeah.
like that.
It's amazing. It
Yeah.
really. It looks fabulous as a box. Love it.
So what I want to do now is to decorate the sort of inside. So what I would do is to make it easier, because one of the things you need to do to get a piece to fit into a 5-inch box, it really needs to be sort of 4 inches and almost 7/8.
It's like a
doesn't it?
smidgen off, isn't it?
A smidgen off. And I know that throws a lot of people out. It does me a lot.
Because you've got to get it right, because if it's too much, it's rattling around in there.
Yeah, and if it's
Yeah.
wrong,
It won't. It
and
buckles,
if it's not right, it's going to buckle. So this
Yeah.
is why we did this back die. So this is the perfect die to fit in and slide in for your backing. And again, it means that if you've done a beautiful background, you're not having to guillotine chop it down. You put that die over to find the
Yeah.
bit that you want. But you see it fits perfectly.
That is brilliant. It could be little photos that you're putting in there.
So again, you could photo frame
Yeah.
it. So, and what I've done is I've cut now. Where are
Now,
we?
this gorgeous cardstock that John's working with, we have got this on the show as well, this gorgeous kind of metallic finish, absolutely beautiful, so you can get hold of that. But of course, the platinum card's coming in as well,
Yes.
from the bundle.
From the bundle. So what I'm going to do is I've cut a circle now in one of the blue thing, and I'm going to cut the outside die from the middle of this.
Okay.
Of the majestic.
And this is
Snowflake.
this kind of step that we kind of glossed over in the last one.
So this is, so I'm taking this out of the
Maximising your
of the
card.
centre. Sorry, what I wanted to do. If I got this, do you know, if I can remember what I was doing, I'd be dangerous, me.
I know, we forget that we're kind of here and we're working, to be honest. We just end up having a bit of a chat and, get sidetracked.
Yeah, basically, let's just have a bit of a chat. So what I want to do is, these were designed, sorry, so that's what we were doing before. These were designed to line up and give you an extra layer.
Okay.
So what I've got is, if I pick up the middle one, okay, with my tape, I put that over there, and I cut that in the centre of that circle. what that will actually do is it will give me 2 cuts. So
a twofer.
I'd give me a twofer, and I like a twofer. So basically, those 2 dies will give you 3 different combinations, just cut together or separately. That's what I love about die cutting, and to me, I find so clever. So I get that beautiful
Look at
rim.
that. That is pretty.
Yeah, which fits exactly around the detailed snowflake.
Clever.
And of course, I've got a centre panel now, so what I want to do is I want to almost bring the blue back. So I'm going to take the centre die from the Majestic Snowflake, and you see that fits in exactly. So that will again give me a separate centre, but also gives me another shape of that snowflake.
Clever.
Because now it's a wreath because it's got a hole in the centre.
And you could be interchanging these with other colours and all sorts.
Yeah, mix and match. You wouldn't think 3 dies would give you that sort of flexibility. But of course it does, because that's what I wanted from it.
And because there's 3 dies, it brings that price down as well.
And the centre pulls out. So that centrepiece actually comes out as well, so that you can mix and match that in.
That is pretty.
With a different colour. So although this is 1 die, it actually comes out with 2 separate pieces.
I love it.
So we'll start to try and quickly put this together.
Okie dokie.
Because I know I'm really burning through the time as per.
That's okay, but we can see you later on, can't we? I've got, what time's the show later on?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. We're on a different, funny schedule today, so it's kind of thrown everything around. So yeah, 1 o'clock.
So what I'm going to do is take now this is what I wanted to show you, and I'm going to struggle getting these bits out.
Can I just show, just while you're doing that, John, can I just show you this finished sample? Because I saw this to the side and I meant to show it you earlier on. This is absolutely exquisite, and this shows that fabulous dye that John's utilising, those smaller pieces that you can see there. Love this because they're kind of just twizzled round off centre. A little bit of that gorgeous confetti that you've got within the bundle as well, and they've been utilised on each one of those flaps as well. So the confetti, perfect to sit in the little aperture that's been created. Obviously your platinum double-sided glitter cardstock, beautiful to create not only the frames and the corners. Now you might think, hold on a minute, a frame? Where's the frame? That's different to the frame, but this is actually made up of the corners, bringing them together absolutely beautifully. And of course, because you've got your double-sided glitter, you can see it coming right the way through with regards to these. And again, more of those gorgeous little stars appearing there. But again, elongating the design, taking 2 of those corners there, and then putting the other 2 down at the bottom there, gives you that rectangle look. You don't need the connectors there. But isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous.
That's one of Jackie Trinder's.
That is really pretty. Now, very, very quickly, we're going to go back to John in a few moments, but I just very quickly need to give you an update. £24.99 is your fabulous deal. Lots of you have been grabbing it, so much so that approaching 60% of the stock has gone. 255596. We will be very busy after the show. Very quick, John.
So, very, very quickly. So I've layered them up, which shows you get a circle.
Beautiful.
And
absolutely
that would drop
gorgeous.
into the box, which I'm going to run out
Just
of time
like
on.
So.
Just
Perfect.
like so, get it in the right place.
Wonderful. We'll see you at 1 o'clock, John.
See you at 1 o'clock.
Make sure you're getting